Good morning, everyone. Friday. Here we are going into the weekend. How did you do this week? I know we had a holiday, Labor Day weekend off Monday. How did you do in the short week?
Well, I tell you what, my Rams out there have been kicking some major bottom end.
Yeah.
I am real proud of you guys out there. Proposals have flowed in very well this week.
Yes.
In the short week,
Mhm.
3 days, tune of about two a day have been
Yeah.
firing in. So I'm real happy.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we've got busy this week actually for us, and I know we've got stuff right as soon as I get out of here. Again, today, remember yesterday we had the Copilot video. Now, Copilot is down just for a little bit, I guess, this morning. Hopefully they're not, it's not going to be an all-day deal, but you should be able to get in there. I can't imagine they do that until the weekend. Now, remember, Monday is going to be all brand new Copilot, so you guys will have that. Make sure if you've had a chance.
Copilot 2.0.
Yeah, 5.0.
Oh, 5.0.
5.0. Yeah, it's like a Mustang. 5.0.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Or Hawaii.
Yeah. Hawaii, yep, there we go. Hawaii 5.0. So, guys, remember this weekend, Sunday's big day, 9/11. I know we've got a lot of ex-military and military that are regional account managers out there. Gary Thrine always jumps on me to wear red on Fridays, so this is a good one. And we want to make sure that, hey, never forget, that's one thing that I'll remember exactly where I was.
Well, I know exactly where I was.
Yep, John Murphy had mentioned he had gotten married 3 days before 9/11. You had
my kid was born 1 week before.
1 week before.
I just gone back to work, and we had people up from the corporate office, and we were all celebrating with a big barbecue, and all of a sudden, all the TVs went on.
Yeah. Now I want to. What I want to do is I've got Aaron Marmol. I want to make sure he has been out there for a while with us, a regional account manager in Utah. You've been on the phone with him, I believe. He has changed his approach with how he's talking to people and getting a much better response. So, Aaron, I'm going to find you on the webinar. We're going to unmute you today to get us started. So, guys, regional account manager just like you, been in the, again, this is where the goals never change. Aaron has never wavered. I've seen him on and changed up, and I know he's got some other things going on too, work-wise. But Aaron, I want to make sure. It looks like you're muted on your side. Can you go ahead and there you go? All right, you there, Aaron?
Can you guys hear?
I can hear you perfect. So you go ahead. Let me know and share with what's working for you with everyone else in the field today on this new approach that you've taken, because you say this all the time. Don't change the goal.
Your approach always changes.
Approach always changes.
According to who you're going to. The technique doesn't. What you have to do and the things you have to cover to get the information you need doesn't change. How you do it changes with every person.
You got it. So, Aaron, let me know what are you doing now that you're getting a much better response with?
Well, hey, everybody. This is Aaron Marmol out in Utah, and I just, I've been watching the videos. I'm on every time, and I'm just trying to fine-tune my approach with people. The last week, I just kind of felt like, maybe it's something I'm doing that these people are always telling me they're so busy. So I've been going in, and I kind of stop, and I just talk to the guy, and I'm saying, like Scott Tash is saying, start a little conversation with the guy. So you go in, and you're just kind of saying, hey, I just, I saw your business here, and I kind of want to find out what you guys do. And then you talk with him for a minute just about what he's doing. And then if you're buying something, I found that's the best. So with one guy, I went in there, and I take my dry cleaning to him. I've been going there for a while, and I just came up, and I've never been able to talk to him because he's always in the back. But this one time, he was at the front, and I was standing there, and I paid him for my things, and I said, hey, I know you guys have been here for a little while. How long have you been here? And he said, oh, we've been here for 5 years. I said, oh, I was thinking it was like 2. He's like, no, 5 years. I just barely got out of a contract with my merchant guy, so that's how I know it's 5 years. I said, oh, you just barely got out of your merchant contract? Well, that's what I do, is merchant services. I says, who are you with now? And he says, I just switched to First Data. And I says, well, that's great. I know they're a good company. We're actually very competitive with them, and all of our equipment's compatible. I says, do you have a statement yet? He says, no, I switched last week. And so I just said, well, I'm sure that we can help you out. And I like to help family-run businesses so they could be more competitive in the marketplace and be more profitable for themselves. And he says, you know, that sounds pretty good. And I says, well, do you have a statement? He says, well, all mine are paperless statements. And so he's actually going to email me a statement when he gets his first one, and then we're going to go from there. But he was really receptive. If I would have came in and said, hey, I'm here to do your merchant account, he probably would have said, you know, I'm real busy right now, just like most of them do. Yesterday, I was at lunch with my dad, and we go to the same restaurant. We've always gone to the same restaurant. And so I'm telling my dad, hey, Dad, this is what I'm doing. I'm really excited about it, and I want to show you what I'm doing. And he's like, okay, sounds good, son. And so we get done with lunch. We go to the front to pay. And I say, hey, you know, I see you've got this machine here. How's it working for you? And they say, well, actually, honestly, I'm having a lot of problems with it. I say, well, that's what I do. I do merchant accounts, and I'd love to help you with that. I know we're at lunchtime right now, but I can come back later. And she says, no, actually, the guy's upstairs, and I think he'd like to talk to you. So she goes and gets the guy. The guy comes down, and he's talking with me there. He's like, you know, I get a lot of people that want to talk to me about this. I says, yeah, I don't doubt that at all, but I realize that you guys can't accept the EMV chip yet. Are you guys going to update that soon? And he says, well, I'm having a lot of problems with my guy. I really don't want to talk about it right now. I say, well, really what we're doing here is helping family-owned businesses in the area so they can become more profitable and stay in business longer. I know you guys have been here for about 10 years. And he says, yeah, about 10 years. I say, well, that's great. You know, me and my dad, we've come here for as long as I can remember. We're going to stay coming here. So if I could help you guys out, I'd really like to do that. And he says, yeah, I have a statement, actually. Is that all you need is a statement? And I said, yeah, I can actually do a proposal for you if you go grab me a statement. So he goes and gets the statement and comes back with it. And then I photograph it. I send it into Card Connect. And so things have been really working a lot better with just kind of easing into it and not right away approaching with people. I've kind of been taking my time, giving them at least about 5 to 8 minutes before I even approach them about credit card processing, which I've found to be really helpful. I hope that helps everybody else.
Hey, congratulations on that. If everybody would notice that he has developed a vertical, the family-owned business, and he has his approach now set up with his elevator speech and his introduction as to why he's there, the purpose of why he's going in. I'm here to help family businesses, and I'm here to help them make more profit and solve problems. He's not going in with, I can save you money. And that gets people to open up and tell you the story behind the story. It gets him, hey, we just finished up our 5-year contract. I'm not happy with what I have. That opens up that dialogue to be able to now answer questions and become a resource. It makes it so much smoother. You are now a very smooth operator when it comes into the family business, and that's a repeatable skill from business to business to business. So the rest of you, when you get into a line like that, should develop your approach, and you're going to vary it, but your technique of going into family-owned businesses will not change. Great job, Aaron. Great job.
Yep. Awesome. Awesome. And then I'm sorry you're just emailed answers.
Key questions.
Key.
Why you're asking questions.
Yep. That was up.
We had it up.
Yeah. Yep. We've got that thing up. This is Matt. We really want to harp on this, guys, because it's a big deal. We're still not getting too many people to get these questions to us, but before we go, this is exactly what Aaron Marmol had done. Hey, if the plan doesn't work, he never did change the goal. Everything's there. He's just changing up what he's doing.
Change the approach.
Change the approach. And I love the fact,
job.
guys, you don't even have to change your daily routine. Where you currently use your cards are where you can go ahead and get in there and use those. So here's the list of 6 questions, okay, guys, which we had up earlier. And, you know, Aaron just straight up ask a question that was right on here. How long have you been in business? That's a good one to get them to start talking about their business. Yeah.
People like to talk about themselves more than about you. They'd rather talk about their business than listen to you talk about yours.
Yeah, and that is a great way to lead with really good questions, that type of thing, and you will learn some things.
Great question down here. When it comes to your business, what do you want to do that you currently cannot? Hey, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my service. I don't know what to do. These will expose, what do you like about the service? What don't you like? What are some of the challenges that you face? In an ideal world, if you had the perfect program for you, what would it be? What would it do for you? These are the types of questions that we've listed here that will help you get a dialogue going and get you information. How's the weather outside gets a dialogue going, but it certainly doesn't get the information that you need in order to do business. And so when you have a set of questions that have a purpose behind it, it's double duty. It gets them talking about the things that you need to discover so that you can now use the things that Aaron has discovered. Hey, we help those family businesses. Well, that's what I do. I can help you. I'd be happy to help you with that challenge that you have, as opposed to let me show you what I can do. It's I'm now the resource. Hey, I'm going to help you out. Very, very smooth,
smart,
and
smart.
Yeah. You guys can develop all of that when you go in by utilizing these 6 questions out there to help you get information either at the time when you go in to get the conversation started or during that conversation. Bring these things up. Even the fact that, hey, guess what? I got a camera phone. I'm going to take a picture of this thing, and I'll go back and be the researcher right down there. Do you mind if I get a couple of pictures of your current configuration or whatever? I will get the proposal. Great. These are, now you're not, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this. It says, hey, I'm going to take a picture of this so that I can make sure that we get you the right things that work for you, and maybe bring you some alternate choices that may be better for you. You pave that way, and you now become the resource doing it, and you are doing things to help them further their business, as opposed to looking at that, and they'll see that as, that works for me, as opposed to, I need you to get me this list of this, 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 and this, and then I can go back and do what I need to do. It's a completely the same information, but it's a completely different approach. And again, the approach always needs to change to fit the mold. That's going to be very good with the mom and pop type businesses and the people that are not getting serviced very well. Would that work at the local big box store? Probably not.
Yep. Now here's a good one though. Do we have a script for a voicemail? He's trying to get a hold of the CFO at a YMCA, and the main person with a party planner says, I'm only trying to get an appointment. So it's the appointment phone call where he's reaching out as opposed to physically stopping by and making an attempt there. So we've got scripts, that you can use, but what do you think?
Is he sending an email? Or?
No, he's making a phone call for a voicemail to try to get an appointment that way. And we've done some of that training that's on Module 2. I'm not sure if you've, Dan, checked that out yet. You and I role-played on that as well.
A lot of times, if you leave not a detailed message, but if I leave a message to somebody that I want to call me back, it could be as simple as, we leaving the message to get a hold of your planning. We missed our appointment. I'd like to find how to reschedule with you, and leave it at that. They will go, hey, sorry we missed our appointment, or cryptic message gets a call back. Gee, you missed an appointment. Let's see. Didn't get to have an appointment with you. Can you call me back and tell me when you're available? Leave it at that. Now they're going, geez, did I have an appointment with this person? I don't know this person. Maybe I better call back and find out who it was. I know that's what I would do. And we do that all the time in other lines. So it may be a little bit cryptic on that when you do it. You do not want to start talking anything about your business about what you can do, what you're going to do, what that appointment's going to be about, because now you start giving 10 seconds worth of information that looks like a lot of work in their head. They're not going to call you back. You need to get, the objective is to get them to call you so that you can talk to them about setting an appointment. The objective is not to set the appointment in a voicemail. I hope that helps.
Yep, no worries. And that's a very good one. Now, I want to get over here to just a few of these questions as well. Joe Rivard, starting to fade in and out, losing the words on your end, audio cutting out. Are we good with the audio, folks? Looks like it was at 9:20, 9:19, that particular mark. So are we okay? Because like I said, that's one thing that does annoy me too. It might be if you've got some things open on your computer, it says still a little lag. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Okay, now, I don't even want to jeopardize that. I know the ladies are just going to be heartbroken, but let's go ahead and take the
You think
webinar. We're going to get rid of the
They're probably
webcam.
glad not to see my
There
face.
we go. We're out of here, guys. Yeah. So now you can concentrate a little more as well. But thank you very much.
Hopefully the bandwidth will get better right now, and the words will come through.
Yeah, we do not want the presentations more important, way more. So let me see. Aaron Marmol, some questions about getting the merchant out of an equipment lease and contracts. I'll go ahead and call you today regarding, existing contracts and things like that, because
we can get that scrubbed in.
yeah, scrubbed in. We got some things that we spoke about yesterday that's really interesting, and options that we have on an equipment and a lease if a current rep already has one of those. So Bill is here's a question. I'm a new start and I've done some of the training and watched these videos, webinars, and there's some conflicting information. So Bill, just keep it simple. I'm not sure where our videos versus the live webinars, there would be anything that would conflict with each other to that point where you're
there are many
confused.
roads that lead to the same place. You may be hearing two different approaches for the same desired solution. There is no one set. Again, the approach always changes, but the technique doesn't. And if you go through that type of training when we're in there, when you get into the sales master side of it, you'll find that what we're talking about is how we verbalize and how we do things with each individual person is based on their communication style, their personality, and when we get into personality profiling, you'll learn more of that when you get in there. But the basics of the information that I need to get, the types of questions I need to cover, not how I'm exactly going to say them, but that format shouldn't change, and it should never be shortcutted. That technique isn't, hi, want to become one of my clients? That's a little sharp-angled. So there's a process in there. So bear with us and carry on with your training, and then get a hold of your national sales director.
Yeah, get your NSD, but guys, keep it simple and make it your own. We can, for those of you that are aware enough to maybe check out a Chamber of Commerce meeting and things like that, we offer elevator pitches, and guys, that's, you got to position yourself smartly too.
But remember, these are all of the things that you do when you first start out are the same as when you start anything. You'll refine it and get better at it all the time. When you first started driving a car, you were not very good at it, and every motion was mechanical and thought out. Now you do things automatically. There's where the things are coming up. Aaron is getting to that point where he's got his verbiage, and now he's starting to put things together using the information that he's got, but changing it to fit him. That's perfect.
Yep, and then here's an elevator pitch, guys, that you can use for emails, for that voicemail that Dan Stinson's wanting to use too. And if it's a straight, right here how warm or cold that lead is. If you've got a referral, hey, Scott Tash told me to give you a call. He's a current customer of mine or a friend of mine or something along those lines, and then boom, you go right in.
The other is one for the voicemail is if you've talked to any of their employees there, I would leave the voicemail that says, I talked to Karen at the front desk, and she told me to leave a voicemail and get that you schedule on appointments. I'd like to get time to speak with you, and I wouldn't tell them what about. Tell them who you talked to at the place and that you were directed to call them. People will come back and go, oh, okay, I'll give you a call back.
Yep. And then we're having a little audio issues. I'm not sure. Is Scott cutting out, or is it just? How about that now, Rita? Baker's helping us out, guys. Rita Baker had mentioned I'm getting more information about a, and then it just got worse. It's both of us still with the audio. All right. Still with the audio issue, and I've taken everything out of here. Let me try one other item. And let's do this. Let's go ahead and switch that up. Now, is that a little bit better, guys? Let me know if that was a little bit better. I switched speakers. No, it has nothing to do with that. Nope, still, no, it's the system bug. We're good. Much better. Okay, so there we go. All right, guys, so hopefully the audio is working out. I know a couple tricks on here to hopefully get us where we need to go. So sounds like I'm still across the room. All right, Joe, sorry about that. I'm moving forward to this thing. So
how do we sound now?
Yeah, I mean, the audio bars are all the way to red, so hopefully we're not blowing other people out. But yeah, going back to, you know, an elevator pitch, make this your own so you do not sound scripted. You want to sound as natural as you can and practice this. We coach that as well. You want to practice as well, and you can cut this down. Here's one, and you can time yourself. That's all this is, 30 to 40 seconds. If that's all the time they allot you at a business networking group, you know how you get to stand up, introduce yourself, talk about your business. Here it is. So, and again, I ended it, hey, if you own a business that accepts credit cards, you need to speak with us. Right at the bottom, you need to talk to me. So you're paying too much if not. So we want to help you out. We've got other solutions, and you can add, you know, hot spots or information that you think are hot buttons for you that a business owner would go perk his ears up and go, maybe I need to talk to that person. So I would totally make sure we're doing that and positioning yourself in situations where you are.
Just remember, when you're getting an appointment, the objective is to get the appointment, not sell a product or service.
Right.
So you're not selling, you're getting an appointment. And there's a big difference. Too many people try to incorporate too many things. You know, the objective is to get in and get an appointment. Then once you get them face to face, then you can tell all the story. You can't tell your story in a voicemail, and you can't tell your story in an email, and because then they will take that little snippet of time and make a judgment on your whole program based on that, and that is not the way what'll happen. Well, I'm just too busy for that right now. I won't call you back, because they know what everything's about. They think, and they don't.
Yep, perfect. Here's kind of a general question. We might as well, while everybody's here, if a merchant has 4 different locations under one federal tax ID, do we have to do 4 different applications? The answer, yeah. Well, the answer is yes. If you want 4 different MIDs for separate billing, so if they want to see how each location's doing, and normally they will already have this set up when we get their statement. If they've got one big combined statement, you can do 1 application in Copilot. However, most locations, 99% of these businesses will have 4 merchant IDs, so each location is billed differently. They may even have a different DVA set up, and that's something, Penny, we can get once we get the statement, okay, or statements. Say, hey, do you have 1 statement or do you have 4? Let me go ahead and get all 4, and that counts as 4 different accounts for you too. So
the nice part about it is you can clone your account and then just change a few things on it.
Yep. No, Copilot is a beautiful thing, and it is changing on Monday. It sounds like they're doing a couple items on it today as well. Tommy Hudson, where can we get a copy of the elevator pitch? And just contact your national sales director. We all have this in one form or the other, or they'll contact me, and I will get those for you, Tommy. So, guys, you know, as far as tips and things that are working, I think I want to leave you. We're at 9:29, so I know Scott and I have to we've got a lot of stuff to do today.
Scott's out of the office this afternoon, so he's got to get everything done this morning.
Yeah, for example, and I've shared this before, this is something that worked for me where I got a call from the owner in 5 minutes off of an email, and this is not a cold email, this wasn't spam. This is where in the subject line I put satisfied customer. Here's my story. And guys, it got all the way up, and you'll note I did talk to an employee that was over there and mentioned that and got information that they're using Square, and if you have a chargeback, they can't find out who charged back the item, and if you're shipping stuff out and you don't know who charged back, you're sending them free stuff. So yeah, this is just to share with you, this is not a spam email that you send to just everybody. This is something where, like Aaron Marmol, I was a customer, bought some product from them, noticed what they were using, just like Aaron had mentioned today and shared with everyone, and this is something that worked really well, you know. And like I said, this is have I done this before? No, this was my first one, and literally 5 minutes the owner of the company, decision maker, gave me an email back, thank you, yeah, you know what, we've been looking to change. They do a lot of trade shows, and we can absolutely do a way better job on the customer service side than what they're getting with Square. So just another tidbit here as well for you guys. And then Tommy, yeah, just contact your national sales director. It's pretty easy on that. For Tommy Smith, your question there. And then Tom Hudson says, I think you answered my question, but missed where. And where do I find a copy of the speeches? Tommy,
Contact your national sales director.
Your national sales director has these, okay, or they'll get a hold of me to get those. All right, Tommy? Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And guys, have a safe weekend. It's going to be a big one, and we will see you next Monday. Make sure you tune in. Use some of these tips that we've given you today, and when you implement those, you'll be kind of amazed how things work out. Right, Aaron? So
one of my friends, you know, hey, I did what you said, and I got 2 statements. Okay.
there you go.
So, you know, and then they get better at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your development is our ticket to making you happy.
Yep, and that's what it's about. If you're successful, we are too. Remember why you're here. You've got that residual check, that book of business that you are building. This is you. It's your own biz. Okay, you need to get there, and action is gonna work out for you. This is the best numbers game I've ever seen.
Yep,
it really is. All right, guys, take care. Thank you very, very much. Scott Tash. Have a good weekend.